Okay, we are live here on YouTube. This mic is for YouTube.
This mic's for YouTube?
That TikTok has its own mic. What's up, everybody? Hello, Natalie on YouTube. Welcome. We're waiting for people to pile in. We're interviewing Jeremiah. Well, do you want your name? Your name is in the credits.
Yeah, you may as well say it.
Jeremiah Small, the co-producer, editor. I think the movie was based on you. Of the Harambe documentary,
Loosely based on me.
Coming out on September 24th. And it's an honor to have you here. Some of my people on TikTok might know him as Pap Safari.
The CEO of Paparazzi Safari.
CEO of Paparazzi Safari. And today, though, he is a co-producer of the Harambe documentary coming out on September 24th, World Gorilla Day. We're here to talk all things Harambe with an expert on Harambe.
Yes.
So tell us about Harambe. You know, some people might not remember, it was in 2016 when Harambe tragically met his end. Can you first take us back through what happened?
Oh, yeah. Well, Harambe was a Western lowland gorilla who was bred at the Gladys Porter Zoo in Texas. I forgot what area of Texas. But in 2015, he was shipped to the Cincinnati Zoo to become like a huge attraction. And then like a little over a year later, a child fell down the enclosure because he wanted to play with the gorilla. I mean, who doesn't want to play with gorillas?
Absolutely.
And it kind of, became quite chaotic. People were screaming. And then the guy in the zoo got a 12 gauge and blew Harambe's head off.
Is that how it happened?
That is how it happened. They don't show it on but they actually have guns all over the zoo.
Oh my God.
Now, the reason they shot him instead of tranquilizing is because you're still conscious for about like 5 to 10 seconds after you're tranked.
Right.
And at that time, you can do a lot of damage, especially if you're a 400-pound gorilla.
Yeah.
And it was a tragedy. And then like the zoo had became kind of like a meme.
Yeah.
And
so hold on a second. I want to talk about that in more detail. They never told us that Harambe had his head blown off with a 12 gauge shotgun. I always thought Harambe was like, taken out with a clean shot, like hunting an elk or something. That sounds very messy and traumatic for the kid that fell into the cage. No?
Oh, yeah. I'm guessing it is. But, the kid, there's Shooky. Got a live celebrity in here.
Yeah. This place is a madhouse. No, he's filling in as Harambe today. Shooky will be over here.
Well, to keep the 12 gauge.
So, but no. That actually is like shocking to me that Harambe was blown away by a 12 gauge. They never told us that. Or maybe they did, and I just didn't read it. But I don't recall hearing that detail. Was the child's life actually in that much danger?
There are discussions about that. There are like some people that say he was. Other people are saying no, he was like Harambe was just protecting the child. And in gorilla behavior, he did like drag him around, but that is like, although it's not a human thing, that is like a gorilla.
Yeah.
What's going on, Shooky?
What's up?
Good to see
TMZ in the house.
What up?
The action is here. What up?
What up?
The Dante show is going.
Shooky
This
here.
is crazy. Los Angeles, we got here a badass show today. The studio looks amazing. We have here the best photographer, writer, whatever he is. I like this guy. We travel around the world, and exactly I need him because I need him to make something out of this beauty.
Yeah.
How you guys doing? You guys booming?
We're good. We're talking about
energy good.
He's
you guys
a-
need the catering. You guys need anything like caviar and lobsters, anything. Please don't say lobsters because that's in Beverly.
Yeah, Jeremiah, sure. Order some lobster.
You know what I mean?
Man, it's good to see you.
Man, good to see you guys.
He's the man. He's also got a movie coming out. So we're interviewing him
Man,
about the
this guy
movie.
is I traveled with him in Dubai. I traveled with him around the world.
Yeah.
He's the guy. He's rap. We did a good time. This guy knows what's up.
Yeah.
The best cameraman, best producers, and
Yeah, it's
all
my
the
first
good
time
stuff.
at your shop. I love
I
it.
love it, man. You got to come every day, and we're here to make it happen.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you in our studio. This is crazy. It's a crazy day outside. We have a broadcasting in downtown Los Angeles. There is 3 helicopters. There is a huge high-rise fires. You guys stay tuned for more. Dante, the show is coming out on the street to show you guys what's up. in Los Angeles.
That's
Crazy.
right.
It's hot. It's booming. Yo, good to see you guys. I love you.
Thank you, Shuki.
Yo, everybody out there, Shuki, much love.
We're gonna go check out that fire after this, but honestly, there's no fire that
Burns inside your heart.
Yeah.
And the injustice that happened to Harambe.
the injustice of Harambe.
And I don't want to make light of it. And honestly, like the executive producer and another former TMZ camera guy, who's very, very caring, and it's very it's just a labor of love.
Yeah,
This is not, the film is about just kind of the dangers of the captivity industry.
yeah,
And honestly, and he's more of an activist, and has more of a heart. I'm more of a,
yeah.
kind of, I like
I mean,
the
listen,
troll aspect. But after learning about it, I do believe that it is wrong to really, what they're doing is imprisoning these gorillas. They are symbiont beings. They're 98% of our genetic makeup. And like I've seen, and doing this production where I took footage at the Cincinnati Zoo. I also went to the St. Louis Zoo to get B-roll, and I can see it in their eyes. I can see it in their body language. They're not happy. The gorillas, they literally are in prison. Elephants too. Now it might be that some animals at the zoo is a little different. I don't know, like reptiles. Birds, I feel like are living like their best life. Maybe not their best lives, but
Right.
the gorillas, the elephants, they are living like they're in prison.
It's totally wrong. I'm totally against it. I actually just read a story about a zoo that has holograms. I think that's the way to go. We don't need to actually be imprisoning these animals, especially gorillas, chimps, monkeys, but like any animal. I don't want to see any animal locked up in captivity in a miserable existence just for our enjoyment. We've moved past that. This isn't the 1800s. Okay, we don't need to see the exotic creatures of the world. You can Google it.
And if you want to go back to the 1800s, they actually had human zoos.
Yeah.
Well, like we're talking like Oda Bangham in the World's Fair in my hometown of St. Louis in 1904. They imprisoned some African tribesmen and put them on display. And this happened a little over 100 years ago.
I've always been against St. Louis. It's a horrible
and then
place.
They shipped him to the Bronx Zoo.
Real quick, people are already wondering where can they see the film. Now, the film comes out on September 24th, but where are they going to be able to see it?
Well, there is a link where you can see it. It's premiering in Cincinnati, but also you can see it online.
I'll put that link up. I'll put that link up in the description when I edit the videos, and I'll put it on my stories too.
And then later, I believe in December, it will be on Tubi and Amazon Prime.
Wow.
Hopefully for free.
That's huge.
I know, or maybe Apple as well, but it might be for pay. But I'm hoping that it'll get on Tubi so everybody can watch it for free.
Yeah, definitely. People need to see this movie. Harambe, yeah. I mean, it's funny because memes were made and it became a whole thing. And in some ways, people point to the slaughter of Harambe as like a pivotal moment where the universe changed. Now, there's no real evidence for this, but people are like, oh my God, after they killed Harambe, yeah, like all this crazy stuff started happening. The Cubs won the World Series, and like the Patriots came back from 28-3, and Trump got elected. Like all these unprecedented things happened after the death of Harambe. Maybe it's connected, maybe not. I mean, that is certainly an injustice. Do you show? I don't want to like spoil the film or anything like that, but should I even ask? Is that a question that's out of bounds? Do you show the brutal, cold-blooded murder of poor Harambe? The guy was only 17 years old, by the way. He was born in 99, and they killed him the day after his birthday.
We don't show the footage. Nobody has that footage. I mean, if they do,
Okay.
The zoo definitely buried that footage.
Like Grizzly Man, they buried the footage. It was too brutal.
I mean, that is a brutal thing to see.
Yeah. Good.
There's some reenactments to kind of see what the shell can do to a body.
People want to know, did you interview the man who raised Harambe?
We interviewed the man who named Harambe.
Okay.
He was a teacher in Texas, and we also interviewed the man who shot the viral photos of Harambe, and we also interviewed Ian Redmond, who is a gorilla expert, and some other people that worked for the Jane Goodall Foundation.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what the name Harambe means?
Harambe means unity, bringing one together.
Ugh.
And now Rita Marley did a song called Harambe, but the Marleys are very litigious, so we're not putting that in the movie. And it would have been too much money.
Elon Musk also did a song
That is
about
actually
Harambe.
in the music. It's fair use. It was
Okay.
The photographer was listening to it. It's
sipping on some Bombay, something with Harambe, and he had the auto tune. It was great.
It wasn't that great, but that was before AI, and I think he could have used the help of AI.
Yeah.
I actually used the help of AI.
And that mic a little closer.
Yeah, I used the help of AI to write a song about Harambe.
Oh, we did. Oh,
yeah. Would you guys like to hear it?
Yeah.
Could I field some more questions while I? Bring it up?
Any questions about the Harambe documentary? Let me move the camera closer so you guys can really hear this. I'm sure it's great.
What are the questions? How many people we got live? 2 people. 23. Oh wow.
We've had a lot more. People are tapping in and out. Yeah. It's TikTok. It's great though. It's going to do really well on the replays.
Nice.
So let's hear it.
All right, here we go. In a world full of wonders, where hearts intertwine, there's a tale of a photographer with a love that's so divine. He captured a moment, a snapshot in time, a viral photo that made our spirits climb. Through the lens, he saw the truth, a connection so deep, a love that's uncouth. But in his heart, he knows it's real. A love that he longs for, an emotion he feels. Oh, photographer, your lens revealed the flame. A love for Harambe the world cannot explain. In the depths of your heart, you yearn to be with the majestic Harambe, wild and free. We have a couple more verses.
Wow. Now, how much did you have to pay for that song?
Oh, nothing, man. It's all AI.
Oh, it was AI.
Yeah,
Oh, thank God. That's what AI did. So, by the way, people that think AI is going to replace our music, that's what you're in for.
I mean, I thought it was pretty
emotional ballads about Harambe.
And a photographer whose love is true.
Oh man, that's so funny. Oh Jesus Christ! I hate this setup. TikTok makes it so hard to have a professional
Why
setup.
does TikTok have to have it vertical?
I don't know. It's horrible. I hate TikTok, but we love it. Okay, sorry. By the way, this is all going to be cleaned up in editing. So if you want to share this with people later on, it'll look a lot nicer. You're just in on the live broadcast. That's why it looks like shit.
I love live.
Yeah, we're doing it live. We got people like Shooky intruding. It's fantastic. All right, let's talk more about Harambe seriously though.
Sure. What question?
So how did this? What was like the genesis of this film?
So now Eric E. Crown was TMZ.
Gotta get closer to that one.
He had
for
our
the
job back
YouTube.
in 2007 when the show first started.
Uh-huh.
And since then, he and then I knew him because he was still paparazzi at LAX when I worked there.
Mm-hmm.
But he had kind of given up the ambush journalism and gone into environmentalist and protection and films. And he actually released a film called Phosphate about kind of the dangers of this company Mosaic in Florida, and they're just kind of cancer causing agents. So feel good movies. And then he got in touch with the photographer who took the viral photos of Harambe, and then also what's his name, Peter Egan, who's like a British actor and conservationist, who's friends with Ricky Gervais, and they started to just kind of construct this movie. And I actually was there for principal photography, which was already over 2 years ago. It was on the 5-year anniversary of Harambe's death.
Wow. What was I going to say? So you guys have this idea. How did you get involved?
This is a funny question. And I guess I have to answer it.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And people did want to know, what have they done to prevent this from happening again? That's why I got distracted.
Oh,
my bad.
The zoo has done pretty much nothing. They constructed a new fence that's just like a foot taller. If I wanted to jump it, I could have done it and played with the gorillas. Not that I would want to.
Oh my God. What about the kids? Are kids
Kids, I
still
guess-
going there?
Oh yeah, kids are still going there, and I think it might be a little harder for them to get in.
Yeah.
But no, it's like not like, what have they done to, they honestly they tried to scrub the memory, but luckily the internet has not let that happen. Anytime the zoo posts something, people tweet and they troll and they bring up Harambe, and the zoo does not like that.
Yeah. I'm surprised the zoo hasn't shut down. Like you would think that
they didn't even pay a fine.
Oh my God.
And they constructed a new indoor gorilla habitat, which is even more depressing, which I saw. Like it literally looked like they were just in a holding cell.
How is this possible in America after that happened with as much attention that was brought to it, which is why I'm glad you made the documentary, because I feel like it's kind of been memory hold. There are some children out there who probably don't even know who Harambe is. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, a lot of there's some adults who don't know who Harambe is.
Yeah,
not every, there's so many things in pop culture, but it really did take really hit the zeitgeist.
Yeah, no, it did for a while. It was big. I just can't believe that the zoo was able to continue on after that, and that there wasn't some kind of investigation to shut them down or at least make them improve the living conditions. Were you able to get in contact with the man who fired the fatal shot?
I believe I saw him, but it was kind of, we did the Freedom of Information Act, and they didn't release his name, but he's an employee. And I believe actually we did meet him.
Wow, I didn't know you could do.
Us out of the zoo.
Oh, so you think it was him? You're not sure,
Yeah,
but you're pretty sure that it
100%
was
sure,
him.
but yeah.
I can't believe that you can use a Freedom of Information Act to get info out of a zoo. That's incredible. What a country.
Oh yeah. How did I get involved? I had a job delivering cannabis. It was actually, and I was moving to Reseda, and I didn't want to make the commute, so I was looking for any kind of work. And I got in touch with Eric, and he said, "Oh, you can work on this documentary with me." And so then, 2 weeks later, I was in Cincinnati.
So,
would have been nice if it was at a 401k and other stuff.
Yeah, and Cincinnati too. How is Cincinnati?
I was there during when cicadas were there.
Oh God,
so it was really great for audio and doing interviews.
Probably better quality than this podcast stuff. So Dax Holt, you mentioned him. He was another ex-TMZ guy. He does the Hollywood Raw podcast now, and he's also really successful creating trophy smack. Yeah, trophies for
doing real good actually. I
sports,
him,
like fantasy sports.
I interviewed him at his warehouse, and it's impressive.
Nice.
Happy for him.
How did he get so involved with this?
Well, I went on the Hollywood Raw podcast, or I got Eric to go on. I went on years ago, and then I got Eric, and I got before I burned my bridge, I got Fame by Shiraz to go on. I got Larsa Pippen to go on.
Yeah.
So I always helped out. So I asked hey, we really need pop culture kind of just somebody that's in the media to be a talking head on this. And he's like, sure. And he was real professional. It's in and out. Got it really easy to interview, and just I've seen him in everything lately, in all those
oh yeah, he's doing those Vice documentaries, the dark side of the 2000s, TMZ.
I want to watch that.
I want to watch that too.
I don't have cable.
The kid, do we know anything about where the kid, now obviously he was 3 years old. This was only 8 years ago, so he's still a minor. Do we know anything about if the kid is okay, or does he have an awareness of Harambe and the whole thing?
Well, I'm not sure about that. The kid's fine though. I feel like his mother got some unjust internet trolls that kind of doxed her for a minute. And,
God.
And it's very bad. But luckily, wasn't the end of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it was for Harambe, but not for them.
Well, good. I mean, I'm glad the kid's doing okay. We don't want to. We don't want to look too deeply into his life. He's private.
And believe me, the zoo paid off the parents because I don't have in this world of NDAs. I've signed. I can't even keep track of how many NDAs I've signed so far.
People are wondering, did PETA get involved at all?
They did. They were a part of the protest, but they're involved in a lot of things, and then just kind of it was kind of the cause du jour in May of 2016.
And then that's it.
And that's it. Yeah.
Did any big celebrities get involved in a serious way other than Elon Musk and his auto-tune song?
Well, honestly, besides tweeting, not really. But everybody tweeted about it, like from then. What's his name? And they still tweet about him. But
It's like that's not enough for me. The celebs are always out there picking up causes and stuff like that. And the fact that there's not like who's a big celeb that's involved in animal.
I'm hoping Ricky Gervais gets a little bit more involved.
Yeah, like Ricky Gervais. You know, he's got a good heart.
Yeah.
He should have been involved a long time ago. I'm
I feel like
shocked.
there should be more involvement in just stopping the captivity of gorillas.
Yeah.
And just like, there needs to be more sanctuaries or just something. And I understand people want to see gorillas, but there has to be a better way. Not in the way that they are currently being,
Is there any movement towards that? Have we made any progress since the death of Harambe in trying to, get these gorillas out of captivity or get them into a better place to live? Not at that zoo. We know that zoo's not doing anything to help their animals, but
there hasn't been much progress, to be honest.
No,
I don't believe so. And there's been, but I think there are some things that could happen. And I think really what has to happen is have to move away from seeing them at the zoo and more holograms and and obviously, like, I think if you have the money, maybe like on a safari,
yeah,
in Africa where you can actually get up close and in a safe environment.
Do you think is that kind of the goal of this documentary, just to really get the conservation, or is it conservation? I don't know. Helping the gorillas and the other animals in zoos. Is that really the main goal with this?
Oh yeah, the main goal is to change the way we look at the zoo industrial system and how these animals are in captivity. We want to try and see them have a better life.
How much is it to go to that zoo? Like how much does a ticket cost?
I think it's only like $20.
Wow.
But how they get you, they get parking, they got food, they got attractions. The zoo is $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
And in Cincinnati, let me also say there are some zoos that are a little bit more like the habitat's a little more friendly for the animals. This zoo is not. It was built in like the late 1800s. There's 2 hospitals nearby, so there's constantly just sirens going off constantly. You can see in like videos I have of Harambe. He's just he's always distressed. He's always just No
wonder he got agitated. I was reading about what happened to him. He started to get agitated. He was yelling at the people nearby. He's under constant stress. If you ever have an apartment that is near traffic and it's just all day long noise, of course that'll drive you crazy. And he's a lowland gorilla. He's supposed to be living in the jungle where, he hears animals, he hears things that he would recognize. He doesn't know what a siren is or what any of that other stuff, the human noise pollution is.
So unfortunately, this isn't really a feel-good story, but I have to bring up another story about Ndume, who is another Western lowland gorilla who was taken by the Coco Foundation. And now, and some people say his life wasn't that much better, but at least he wasn't on display.
Yeah.
And he was friends with Michael and Coco. He learned some sign language, not as proficient as Coco, but then Michael died, Coco died, and then they didn't have the funding to keep Ndume there, and they had to give Ndume. There was a court case, but 3 years ago, Ndume was shipped back to the Cincinnati Zoo. And the Coco Foundation was saying that he was just depressed. He knew what was going on because they communicated with him. These animals are not they're very, they're pretty much, they're more intelligent than some humans. Some of them are, and so it was just very sad. And I could see Ndume at the Cincinnati Zoo, and I could tell, just looking at him, you can tell he's depressed. He's just
Now, was that Team Coco, Conan O'Brien's comedy thing?
I don't think so, but
Okay.
we could use some Team Coco after,
Hey, you know what? Conan O'Brien, he's a great guy. He gave me a very nice tip once. If he's watching now, he does that show. He doesn't just do his late night show. He goes and travels and stuff like that. I would like to see Conan O'Brien watch this documentary and then get out there and go to this zoo and make it fun and funny so that people will watch it. No one, it's sometimes things are heavy handed, but I would like to see a guy like that get involved. That's just my personal request. Do you have any idea how many? Oh, someone asked, was he born in captivity?
He was.
Oh God.
And his mother and his sister died because there was like an explosion at the
zoo?
Yeah, at the zoo.
What kind of an explosion could you have at the zoo?
I believe it was like something where like I think like the heating or like the wires or like a water cooler explosion.
Oh man.
So I mean, Harambe didn't have the greatest life.
We need a total and complete shutdown of this zoo until we can figure out what the hell is going on. This is awful. This is the worst zoo. I can't believe a zoo like this exists in the 21st century.
Gladys Porter Zoo.
Well, are they both in St. Louis?
No. One was in Texas, and then he was shot in Cincinnati.
Okay.
No. But if you want to Google, like a lot of times there's a lot of sometimes just like fights or just near like catastrophes that happen at zoos because it's just not natural. They're not supposed to be in these small enclosures.
That's insane. And
they're supposed to be, they're keystone species. Their jobs is to dispense seeds across the forest.
Yeah.
And without them, the forest suffers, we suffer.
People are asking again, where can they stream it for new viewers that are joining?
On the September 24th, there is a link where you can stream it live, but it will be on Tubi and some other streaming platforms later this year.
Okay, now by the way, that is not just streaming it live; it's a live streaming event, right?
It is, yeah. So it's the premiere.
The premiere, and it's on this link you sent me, gather.com.
That's correct.
GATHR.com. Again, that's gather.com, GATHR.com. And if you search, you can just search Harambe on there. I'll put the exact link on my page as well. But on the 24th at noon Pacific, you're going to be able to participate in a live streaming event to watch this Harambe documentary. It's also World Gorilla Day. Am I right? That's
correct. Might be international.
Is this the biggest thing that's ever happened on World Gorilla Day? I've never heard of it before in my life.
Could be.
Get a gorilla or something and get a doll and sit with it and watch this Harambe documentary. It's great what you guys are doing. I think you waited the appropriate amount of time, because if it had come out too soon afterward, it would have been already forgotten. I like that there's a little bit of time between it. It's been almost 8 years, and there's a little bit of time. People are like, oh yeah, Harambe, what happened? And now they learn the awful truth, which, if you're just joining us, I didn't know how brutal the killing of Harambe was. It was not a clean kill. It was a shotgun blast, you said?
Yeah, and then afterwards, you know what they did? They cut off his dick and took his sperm.
Oh, God. Why? So they could create a new one?
So they could keep breeding. But I believe, they haven't because it became such a...
How do we know? Has anyone gone in there with a DNA test?
I don't know. Maybe we should. Maybe that's the sequel.
Can we do an ancestry.com on what every gorilla in there? That's absolutely terrible. I'm sure that the zoo really wanted to do this. I hope they didn't. Do they sell Harambe merch at the zoo?
No, they don't.
Okay.
There is one plaque, plaque about the tragedy, but it's business as usual. They shut down the gorilla enclosure for a week or two and then opened it back up.
And you said they didn't even really make it any safer. Like a kid could jump back in there.
They made it a little safer.
But,
it was just like a Band-Aid.
This is absolutely terrible. It's awful. I'm proud of you. Just for this, not for other things. But I'm proud of you for this.
I feel after showing celebrities in captivity on Paparazzi Safari, it was the last thing I could do to try and gain some good karma.
I would be for that. If they wanted to put celebrities voluntarily into the St. Louis Zoo and have them take the place of the animals, I could actually get behind that.
Now, which celebrities would you like to see?
Well, it's got to be
captivity?
It's got to
more like reality stars.
Yeah, I could see Mark Ballas from Dancing with the Stars and other people that kind of have fallen off a little bit. It would be a great reality show, or you could just put cameras in. Hey, Big Brother, Julie Chen Moonves, if you're listening, she likes me. I interviewed her once. She liked what I did. Here's your new season of Big Brother. It's at the St. Louis Zoo, and it's got all the cast of Big Brother and some of the people from Survivor. Love is Blind. Put them all in there.
Unfortunately, they make too much money, but I'd love to see Keeping Up with the Zoodashians.
Zoodashians.
Like,
Okay.
Put them in a zoo. Let them let them rough it out.
That's a great idea. Dax Holt, put him in there.
Who else can we put?
Dax Holt from TMZ.
I'd like to see Food God. I think Food God would kind of
Jonathan Cheban, yeah, Kim Kardashian's buddy.
And but there's a whole slew of celebrities. It would be a great show.
Prince von Anhalt, Zsa Zsa Gabor's ex-husband.
Can we talk about him a little bit?
Sure.
What a Hollywood story. He came that he had a fake royalty that he won in like a poker game or something. I don't know all the stories. All I know is he came here in like 1979. He had enough money to rent a Rolls Royce and like a driver, and then he just knew where this party was, showed up, met Zsa Zsa and Condor, and the rest was history.
What a beautiful love story that was.
And he was the longest relationship she had.
We forget about that. That could be your next documentary. And
I did take just like the most disgusting and foul shit at her 98th birthday party. Now she did not. Like, it was kind of sad because Prince von Anhalt just like had the media there for her 98th birthday.
Yeah.
And he did. Luckily, he didn't display her like an animal in the zoo because she was all like tied up and she was living on tubes.
Even he knows that that's wrong.
But I feel bad because I feel like it was so foul that she probably smelled it because I was in the bathroom that was kind of in that wing.
God, I hope they didn't turn the AC on. My God. Oh man. Let's talk briefly about you and what you do. So you mentioned you take people to watch celebrities in captivity in Beverly Hills.
They're not in captivity. They're actually
well, they kind of are.
Free of captivity.
They're
not in cages.
When you really think about it, they're living in an enclosure called Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, where they go to be photographed and interviewed.
They kind of go there to be gawked at like animals. No, but
so
it's a history tour as well. We see celebrities sometimes.
Yeah.
But do we got them do I take pictures of tourists and do I show them like the ropes and kind of like give them like a little like preview of what it's like to be in West Hollywood or Beverly Hills through the lens of a paparazzo?
Yeah, absolutely. And you can go to paparazzisafari.com.
And you can follow me at Pap Safari on TikTok and Instagram.
That's right. If you want to book a tour, it's actually a great tour. If you want to
DM me, I'll give you I'll go down on the price. We'll work something out.
Yeah, no. It's a fun tour. He's a great tour guide. He'll take you out there. He'll actually show you celebs up front. Don't go to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We talked about this yesterday at the 9/11 memorial. Don't go to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Go to the Paparazzi Safari walking tour. You'll have a much better time.
I mean, it was the best when you were still working at TMZ and we got to see you in action almost every day.
Yeah. Well, I'm out there more now for TikTok. So, just pull me aside.
It's kind of funny. I started it just to troll you and some of your other coworkers because I was just like, at that point, you just hated like when I would like ruin your sound bites.
Yeah.
Then you grew to love it.
It was a great time. I always loved it. I had to pretend sometimes when other people were around and be like, God, I hate this guy interrupting us. But I love
why is he doing this?
Yeah, it was fun.
I like to troll. It's I have to accept that.
Is this movie going to be eligible for awards?
I don't know.
You're not going to submit it. You should submit it for best documentary.
Go
all the way because we do. Again, we're joking, but it is serious.
It is serious.
Awareness needs to be raised. I mean, I feel horrible for those gorillas. First of all, that they're in St. Louis. Second of all, that they're in the zoo.
Cincinnati's bad too. It's pretty much the same as St. Louis.
Yeah.
So River City kind of peaked in the 1904.
Yeah.
Like Cincinnati, like before Las Vegas, like during Prohibition, Cincinnati was like the Las Vegas, or like the part across the river in like Kentucky. It was just lawless. People were gambling.
Man, you
go there now. It's like it's gross.
So glad I was born in the latter half of the 20th century. If you had to live 120 years ago and Cincinnati was your Vegas, I'd be asking to get Harambe. My God. Well, again, documentary comes out World Gorilla Day, September 24th. It's called Harambe. It's just called Harambe, right?
I believe it's called Harambe.
It's called Harambe. And you can stream it. There's a live streaming event on gather.com, GATHR. And I'll put the link in the description when I repost this. And also, it will eventually be on Tubi and Amazon Prime
Yeah, possibly Apple.
and on Shooky TV. Oh my God, do we have a gorilla here? Come here, come into the video real quick. We actually have a gorilla who was watching.
I'm opening my packet.
Come over here.
Come.
Come stand behind
Look,
him
look,
so
look,
that
look,
YouTube
look.
could see it too.
Try to open the page.
A gorilla
This is
was
six-pack, baby.
was
Whoever wanted
apparently
it,
listening and showed up to the
this
studio.
is 100% kosher.
Stand back here. Stand back here so the YouTube could see it too before we get taken down.
What's up, puppy?
Yeah. What's up, Los Angeles?
There we go.
This is before, and then we'll do the after. Right now, this is the good tamales.
Now, what zoo did you escape from?
I escaped from LA Zoo, and I'm trying to open my packet. LA Zoo, we came from. I don't know.
This gorilla is named Shooky,
Shuki Diamond,
I
baby.
believe.
This is Shuki Diamond, Flores Diamond, and if you don't know Shuki, you must be rookie. Hold on, I didn't even put my hat. Hold on, let me put this hat.
It's great. Good for you. For Peter Egan is
Wait,
the
are we
man who
talking
made
about me or are we talking about him?
Oh,
Talk about
You were
Shooky.
talking
let's talk about
me.
Shooky.
You know, I just put you a position of a model, you know what I mean? Like a French model.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
let's do like that. It's the Dante show right now.
Hell yeah.
But then if you like it, it's the Shuki Diamond store.
I love it. Beautiful.
This is our studio. Okay. Dante show is the legend of the world. LA, we coming by the storm. And Dante will become #1 host. He's hosting a gentleman like me. Where did I come from?
What zoo?
LA
Yeah,
Zoo.
we're talking about Harambe and
The LA Zoo.
the LA Zoo. Okay, we love it. Again, coming out September 24th, Harambe. Stream it on Gather during the live streaming event, and then you'll be able to watch it later on Tubi,
Later on Tubi,
and
yeah.
Amazon. Theatrical release at all?
No, but although it is premiering in Cincinnati, if you want to get tickets to see it live, if you're in Cincinnati. I'm
Good
sorry,
luck.
sorry we were talking bad about Cincinnati beforehand.
Oh,
If you-
yeah. We're sorry.
I do have a friend that lives there.
Oh, I'm sorry for them.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. This is Jeremiah Small. You may know him on TikTok as @PapSafari. Follow him there, please. And book a tour on paparazzisafari.com if you're in LA. And definitely stream this documentary. It's an important piece of work, truly. And I think they release the gorillas, release the animals. Okay, let them out. It's enough. Any last words?
I'm just so happy that I could be on your show finally in person. Dialing you up. It's just I have like problems with technology, and it's just like so much more fun in the studio.
Yeah, we'll have you back here anytime. Anytime you make a documentary about a gorilla or something, feel free to come back.
If you could make a documentary right now, what would it be on?
Oh God, honestly, there's nothing that I'm that interested in right now. I'm so burned out from ingesting content all day long, mostly disposable content like this, that I don't have anything that I care about that much from day to day.
I was recently, I helped out, or got to be part of like a comedy stream called Perry Caravella Live.
Yeah,
and I got to meet the creator of Cartnarks.
Okay,
so that was pretty cool.
That's huge.
Yeah,
people are asking if you're going to see the film with us.
Sure.
Do you want to do a live stream of the live stream where we sit and watch the Harambe documentary and react to it?
Oh, definitely, that'd be fun.
Okay, I'll see if we can put that together.
That'd be fun.
That might be fun. Hopefully, we'll get the studio. It'll be fully set up. We're almost there. I promise, we're almost there. And maybe we could do something like that.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Have a party.
Yeah, we'll get Dax Holt on FaceTime.
He's a busy guy. I am gonna go on a Hollywood like their podcast again.
Hollywood Raw, but we can say it. I've been on there
to promote the Harambe, and I kind of want to tell him because I feel bad because I used to actually troll Dax when he had Dax Chat.
Yeah,
and I felt bad because like he actually turned out to be a really good guy. Like I felt there was like some animosity I felt towards the people in the office.
Yeah,
we were treated like the redheaded.
Just for anyone who doesn't know, Jeremiah and I used to be TMZ camera guys, so we were always out on the street. Dax was a guy who was in the office and on the show, and there wasn't a lot of communication because we were always in different places.
But definitely made me reconsider, and I wish I didn't have such like a chip on my shoulder back then and right now.
Now, you said you sat down with him and interviewed him for the film. Did he have any recognition of you? Had he ever heard of you before?
Well, yeah, I mean, like we didn't know each other that well, but I mean, he recognized me at the office. We like watched. It was a weird place. It was like one day we were just like watching Tila Tequila pornography at work, like in the office, and like I was just like, well, wow, I'm like actually not getting scolded. I'm like watching graphic pornography, and he was there watching it as well, and so that was kind of a moment, and
It was a great place to work.
yeah, the only place you could really watch pornography at your desk and it would be considered working.
Yeah. Thank you for that, by the way. I think that was Dana. Okay, great. Well, again, gather.com, Amazon to be coming out September 24th. We'll see if we can put together a watch party or something like that. If you're not part of that, just go stream it. Go check it out. It's important. And paparazzisafari.com and follow him at Pap Safari on TikTok and Instagram. Any other last words?
Yeah, if you want a tour, just like DM me. I'll give you a good deal. Tell me you're what's it called, a fan of the Dante Greco show, and like you got like I'll give you 50% discount.
Okay,
limited time only.
I love that. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. All right, everybody. Thank you. We're going to shut it down and then we're going to boot it back up in a few minutes. Maybe we'll talk news. Maybe we'll go check out that fire that Shooky was talking about. We'll see. But
would you like to hear another verse of the Harambe song? I had AI.
Yeah. Why don't you play us out with one more verse of the Harambe song?
Hold up. All right. Through the jungle he wandered, seeking his muse, the spirit of Harambe in every leaf he'd choose. He dreams of their union, a love so pure. Together forever their spirit will endure. Through the lens he saw the truth, a connection so deep, a love that's uncouth, but in his heart he knows it's real, a love that he longs for, an emotion he feels. Oh, photographer, your lens revealed a flame, a love for Harambe the world cannot explain. In the depth of your heart, you yearn to be with the majestic Harambe, wild and free.
Beautiful. I think that was the exact same verse, but that was beautiful.
Oh, hold up. There's another one.
Okay. No. We got to go. The viewers are dropping out.
Honestly, AI kind of there's repetition.
All right, everybody. Thank you. We're going to submit that for a Grammy along with that Drake and the Weekend song. We're going to see what we can get. We're going to go all the way with this Harambe movie. Okay. Check it out. We'll see you on the next show.
That was beautiful.
We loved it.